Hello friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. I'm starting this vlog out on a walk because it's Friday morning and it's 74 degrees outside at 10 o'clock. Yay! So I'm going for a walk. First time I left my house in a day. I didn't go anywhere yesterday, even though it was gorgeous. So my back is still not 100%, but it feels pretty good today. So I'm going for a walk today. We'll see how it goes. I'm not trying to go too far. I'm excited because it's the third weekend of March. Last weekend I didn't do any reading whatsoever. And this weekend there are so many readathons going on. So today, Friday, Lauren from Lauren and the Books is hosting a cozy reading night, like stay-at-home friends cozy reading night or something like that. And Saturday and Sunday it's a 24 and 48, and Saturday night is the middle grade March read-in. So it is a weekend for reading. I got to where I wanted to get in my 2 adult books I'm reading right now so that I can pause those for the weekend and just read middle grade this weekend. I will show you the books when I get home of all the things I hope to read, or at least like my priority pile for the weekend. I'm just going to focus on reading middle grade and like being happy about getting into reading again. It's been tough, right? And I know from our middle grade live on Wednesday last week, a lot of people are kind of feeling the same way, just not being able to really fully engage with the books we're reading. Maybe the news is taking over, maybe homeschooling when you're not a homeschooler is taking over, maybe just a little bit of anxiety and stress. But I'm excited to kind of try to set all that aside and just read and enjoy life for the weekend. So that's what I'm going to do. But for now, I'm just going to put my phone down and go for a walk and listen to A Little Princess. That's the audiobook I'm listening to right now with Mary from Happily Ever Ash. So that's what I'm going to do. It's a happy one. Well, not totally happy, but it's like heartwarming. So I'm going to go listen to that. Talk to you soon. Sad news. My back is still not good enough to go for a long walk. I made it to the corner, which is barely a quarter mile, and home, but I had to stop twice and just breathe because it's pretty painful. So I'm gonna go inside and ice my back, and I think my outside time might consist of sitting in a chair on my back porch and reading a book. I'm hoping later to get out and work in my garden a little bit, like pull up the old stuff from last year, till the ground a little bit, getting it ready to plant some things, but we'll see. No walking, no running is in my future for a little bit longer. I'm so sad because it's really nice out and I wanted to go for a nice long walk. So I talked to 2 people on Marco Polo and now I'm back home. That's all I got to do. Didn't even turn on the audiobook. Boo! Oh well. It is what it is. But let me go show you now what I'm going to be reading this weekend. Kind of love this glow coming in from my window. Okay, that's a little better. I did switch my reading room around yesterday, so my window is now on my left instead of on my right. So I have to get used to it. But here's my priority pile for the weekend. All middle grade, as I mentioned. I'm going to be listening to A Little Princess. Very excited about this. I'm on chapter 4, so I'm still very much at the beginning, but I'm loving it so far. Very excited to continue with that. I'm hoping probably closer to Sunday to pick up the Book of Boy. Sorry for the glare on here, but this is the group read for middle grade March, and we're going to be talking about it on Wednesday at our live show. So I definitely want to at least start it by Sunday, but probably not right away because I'll read it pretty quickly and I want to read it as close to Wednesday as possible. Then I really hope to pick up Where the Mountain Meets the Moon this weekend. This one has been on my TBR all 3 years of middle grade March. This is the year that I'm going to get to it. This is a Newbery Honor winner by Grace Lin, and it's kind of about, or based a lot in Chinese folklore, and I've heard so much praise for this book, but I haven't heard a lot about it on the book community online. Librarians are the ones that have told me about it, so I'm really excited to see what I think about this one. One that was recommended to me in my 2020 recommendations request at the beginning of the year is The Phantom Tollbooth. Norton Juster is the author. But I've seen a lot of people say that this is a lot of fun. I'm excited to jump into this one. And also I have The Wednesday Wars, which I've heard a ton about from BooksAndJams mostly. This is by Gary D. Schmidt. I have not read anything by him yet. And I believe this happens after the Vietnam War or in the midst of the Vietnam War. This is also a Newbery Honor winner, so I'm excited to get to that one. So excited. And then, oh, I have a ton of library books. I have a ton of library books checked out, which is awesome since all the libraries are closed. But I probably have 25 library books checked out, but I just pulled out 4 that I'm interested in for this weekend. Graphic novel that Amanda from the Curly Reader has highly recommended, and it's one of her favorite middle grades. And it's also a Newbery Honor winner, and that's Roller Girl by Victoria Jameson. So I'm excited to get to that one. I heard about this one on Currently Reading podcast, Rump, The True Story of Rumpelstiltskin by Liesl Shirtliff. And it's just a retelling of Rumpelstiltskin, so I'm really excited about that. And there's 2 others, at least 2 others. I have 2 others in this series checked out from the library as well, but I hope to get to Rump. This is the one that Meredith talked about on the Currently Reading podcast. Also, a Bookstagram made me do it, is A Kind of Paradise by Amy Rebecca Tan. This would be a book about books for sure, and I've just heard lots of praise for this one on Instagram, so we'll see if I get to that. And then I also would love to pick up another Brian Selznick. So I have Wonderstruck. I think I've seen the movie of this one and really liked it. I didn't know that it was a book. So I'm excited about this one. This is huge, but so much of it is told, sorry about that light, so much of it is told in illustrations that it's a pretty quick read. If it's anything like Hugo, I got through that in like a day and a half. So this might happen this weekend as well. So I guess you'll just have to stay tuned to this vlog because you are watching it, so you probably already are staying tuned. But I am not sure yet what I'm going to pick up. But I am going to, I feel like I just even want to straighten my hair today. I'm not going anywhere, but I feel like I haven't gotten ready like to go out or anything in a long time. So I might just play around. I'm also hoping to get out in the garden, as I mentioned. But other than that, I'm just chilling out today. I got a lot of cleaning stuff done yesterday, rearranging, straightening up. Oh, what I need to do today is start my taxes. That needs to happen today as well. Yikes, we're getting closer and closer to that horrible deadline, so I need to work on that today for a little bit. But yeah, other than that, just taking care of myself. Hopefully won't look quite so pale and bleh the rest of this video, but maybe I will. I guess we'll wait and see. But I'm gonna read for a little bit now and ice my back because that little tiny walk was kind of painful. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, I finished my first book of the weekend. I just read Roller Girl. Such a cute story about this young girl who is almost about to enter junior high and has some trouble with her best friend and wants to join the roller derby team. Her best friend wants to do ballet and cares about clothes and boys and makeup, and our main character doesn't care about all that stuff. So they kind of are learning the ins and outs of friendship and being honest with your parents and joining the roller derby team and being brave even though you're not so good at something at first. Very cute story. I really enjoyed it. I'm not a huge graphic novel fan, so I think I'll give this one 4 stars, but I really liked it. I'm gonna take a little break for a few minutes and eat lunch because I haven't eaten lunch yet. It's like 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna eat lunch. I'm going to finish straightening the hair, put on a little makeup, film a video or 2 that I'd like to film, and maybe start my taxes before sitting down at 3. From 3 to 6, I'm going to participate in the cozy reading night at the actual time that Lauren will be doing it. Because I think there's another readathon this evening, maybe from 6 to 10 or something. I'm obviously not going to read from 3 until 10. That's just not going to happen. But I'll participate a little bit here and there throughout the rest of the day. But I do have things that need to get done too. My bed is now fully changed. I changed the sheets and washed them this morning and put them right back on my bed, so I'm done with that. I haven't really done any other cleaning today, but I did a lot yesterday, so I don't feel like I need to. I want to paint my toes. Toenails, not the toes. I want to paint my toenails. I think the next book that I'm going to pick up is Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. I'm really excited for that one. So while I do a little bit of eating, I'm going to put in the audiobook of A Little Princess, and while I straighten my hair. So I get a little bit of that read. I'm trying to catch up to Mary. She's on chapter 10 and I'm on chapter 4, so I need to catch up. But I will check in later. I'm just sitting back outside for a few minutes before I go in to read for the first readathon of the weekend for Lauren and the Books. I should stop rocking. For Lauren and the Books Cozy Reading Night. I'm gonna do it with her, so I start at 3 o'clock, which is in like 10 more minutes. So I'm just sitting outside getting some fresh air. I just filmed 2 videos, yay, so I'll work on editing those later. I still have not started my taxes. So my plan is in each of the 3 hours to read for 45 minutes, and then in that 15 minutes, feel free to check Instagram or get up and get a snack or work on some of my to-do list items still, but to just really get some good reading in. We'll see how it goes. That's the plan. I'm not gonna take a bath or anything. I will probably make something to drink and have a snack at some point, but I'm gonna start with Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. So I'll check in with you after the first 45-minute sprint, I guess, and see how it goes. I'm having my pre-dinner appetizer outside on my back porch. I have one of those zero gravity chairs that are wonderful. And if the breeze is picked up, it's cooling down a little bit now. And I had a wonderful cozy reading night / afternoon. I read 150 pages of Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, and I'm hoping to finish that this evening. And I listened to about 40 minutes more of A Little Princess, which is great. I'm still not caught up to Mary, but hopefully I will get caught up either tonight or tomorrow. That is the plan for the evening. I just threw some flatbread pizzas in the oven. I made them, I just bought the flatbreads, and then I put, one is a caprese, so I put tomato, basil, and mozzarella on it, and the other one is just cheese and pepperoni. I have like mozzarella pearls, but I didn't have shredded mozzarella, so it has some cheddar cheese on there too. That's okay, I'm sure it'll be delicious, and I'm eating the banana bread that I made yesterday. Yum, it's delicious. So far, it's been a wonderful day. A lot of reading done, some stuff done around the house, and I wish that I didn't go for a walk this morning because my back has been hurting more today than it has been. So that's not cool. So I'll do some more stretching tonight as well. I gotta get that hair out of my face. So yeah, I'll need to do some more stretching. I just iced it for a good 20 minutes, which is important, and I'll do that again later as well. But I will check in probably one more time before bed, but so far I am glad that I've been able to get into these books, and I think that the fact that they're middle grade has really helped. So that's awesome. Friday's almost done. Good morning. It's Saturday at 8:30. I made some cocoa. I'm sitting down to start reading. I'm gonna start today with the Phantom Tollbooth, but I also hope to get to these 2 today, The Wednesday Wars and Rump, The True Story of Rumpelstiltskin, and to make some more progress in A Little Princess. So I feel like I've done a lot of cleaning and being productive over the last couple days, so today I'm just gonna kind of chill and enjoy the day and see where it takes me, and hopefully get a lot of reading in. We'll see. Last night I did finish Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, and I loved it. Loved it. But I read it late because instead of reading for the evening, I watched 3 episodes of Survivor. I just started this season of Survivor on Friday. So, no, yesterday was Friday, on Thursday. So I watched one, like the, what do you call it? The premiere? Whatever. I watched the first episode on Friday, or Thursday. And then yesterday I watched 3. I think I have 2 more to catch up, so I'll probably watch those at some point today too. I was thinking I probably should watch the Fellowship of the Ring movie today. I think I have it. I have to look through my movies. I haven't busted out a DVD in a really long time, so I'll have to see if I have that. And then just a lot of reading, maybe. We'll see how it goes. But it's Saturday, yay. It is now Saturday afternoon. I just came back from going to the chiropractor, the first and only place that I've been since coming home from work on Wednesday. And this week I had something exciting come in the mail. I'm on a puzzle train with the currently reading podcast Bookish Friends group. I'm one of their Patreons, and so I'm in part of this Facebook group that they have, and they started a puzzle train, and it's a bookish, lovely bookish puzzle, a big one, 1,000 pieces. It's going to take me a while. So for this afternoon, I'm going to ice my back, and because it just got popped and stuff, I need to drink lots of water and ice it. And I'm going to work on this puzzle and listen to a little princess for a little while, switch things up a bit this afternoon. It is just about 6 o'clock, which means I'm just about to start reading for the middle grade read-in, except I'm going to go out. I'm going to go sit on my back deck until it gets too dark. But I made good progress on my puzzle. I got the edges done. This is going to be a hard one. The book that I'm going to be starting with tonight is Rump, The True Story of Rumpelstiltskin. I can't wait, but let me just show you. I made this I made a good chili. Oh, yum. This is my friend, that's my friend Mindy's recipe, and I love it. It's my favorite chili, and it was delicious. But I'm all done eating now. I'm gonna put on a sweatshirt because it's a little chilly out. I'm gonna use the bathroom, and then you didn't need to know that, and then I'm gonna go outside and read. Well, it is 11 o'clock on Saturday night. I am done reading middle grade for the day. I've successfully completed 4 books so far this weekend between yesterday and today. I just read Rump, The True Story of Rumpelstiltskin by Liesl Shirtliff, and it was fantastic. Such a fun retelling. I really, really enjoyed it. We follow this young boy named Rump, whose father died before he was born, and then his mom died shortly after he was born, like very shortly. He was raised by his grandmother. He stopped growing when he was like 7 years old or something. He's now 12. And he gets made fun of by a lot of kids. He's just very insecure and down on himself. And then he discovers a spinning wheel in the wood pile behind his home. He brings it in, and his granny tells him, don't use that. But it was his mother's, and he wants to feel connected to her. So he starts playing around with it and discovers that he can spin straw into gold. Hence the connection to Rumpelstiltskin, right? So the story goes on from there, talks a lot about your name and your destiny, and yeah, just there's trolls, there's magic, there's pixies, there's an evil miller and his daughter and a greedy king, and it's just lovely. I really enjoyed it. So much fun. And there's other retellings in this series by her as well. My hand is glowing. So I'm looking forward to reading more from her. So much fun. But it is now 11 o'clock. I'm going to get ready for bed, like wash my face, brush my teeth, hop into bed, and read my Kindle book for a little while, because at midnight I'm going to be doing choosing a winner for the middle grade read-in from my Insta stories. So I have to stay up a little bit late tonight, but where do I have to go tomorrow? Nowhere. So I am going to take some medicine because my back has not been feeling good. It's so frustrating. So I'm going to take some ibuprofen before I go to bed and hopefully be able to sleep tonight. We'll see. But one more day of reading. Tomorrow I would love to read, well, let's see. Tomorrow I really hope to read Wonderstruck by Brian Selznick, which is huge, but again, it has lots of pictures. And also I'm going to start, finally, The Book of Boy. That is the plan for tomorrow. So, yikes. So much reading this weekend. It's been lovely. I haven't been reading this consistently over the last few days, so it's nice to kind of dig in and really get it this weekend. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hello friends, good morning. It's Sunday. Just made myself one of my new Sips by teas. I'm trying the black mango this morning. It's a little too hot still, but I really like it so far. We'll see we'll see as it cools down a little bit, but I'm up and showered. It's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna start reading Wonderstruck now, before my church service goes live at 10:30. And I have myself a piece of banana bread that I made the other day, and I am in my cozy chair ready to get going. I think it's gonna be another wonderful day. The sun is super bright outside. The skies are blue. We're stuck inside. How are you? Look at that. Sunday morning poetry by Krista. How lame. Back to the lovely lighting with the sun streaming in this window. It is just a little bit after noon, and I already finished Wonderstruck. This is a huge book. Guys, Brian Selznick is kind of a new favorite. I loved this book so much. It's another book that has children main characters who are deaf, and like I said, it has a ton of pictures, and sorry, it's hard to do one-handed, and then there are some pages of text as well. So there's two in this one. I'm trying to find, there we go, there's some pages like that too. There's two storylines that run through, and of course there's going to be a connection between them, but in this one, different from Hugo Cabret, in this one, like in one storyline we follow the girl's story in the 1920s, and those are all told in pictures, and then we follow a little boy in the 1970s, and his is told in text. So it's almost like different chapters, and we kind of alternate back and forth, and they kind of interweave with each other and overlap a little bit. It's just so brilliant. I love reading stories, first of all, about children who are deaf and what that's like, but I also thought the way that this story was told was so beautiful, and I love the movie. At first I was like, did I remember this movie? And the movie might be a little bit different. I'll have to watch it again. It's been a number of years since I've seen it, but if you haven't yet picked up a Brian Selznick book, I highly, highly recommend it. I've read two this month, Hugo Cabret, which is just one story with kind of alternating between text and pictures. This does the alternating as well, but there's two different stories being told until they kind of overlap and weave together towards the end. I loved it. So, so good. So, so good. I'm going to take a break now and eat some lunch and possibly watch one more episode of Survivor before diving into the Book of Boy. Finally going to pick up the group read for the month. So this is the next one I'm going to read, and we'll see if I just get it done today. Who knows? Well, it is now 7 o'clock, I think, on Saturday evening, and I haven't done much reading this afternoon. After I finished Wonderstruck, I did get changed and tried to go for another walk, and I made it even less than I made it the other day. Yesterday, I mean. So that's super frustrating. But then I came back and sat on my back deck and chilled out for a little bit. I did start the Book of Boy. I'm only about 5 or 6 chapters in. But then I sat and worked on my puzzle for quite a bit, and I read up to, I think I'm on chapter 14 now, so I do need to connect with Mary about how far I've gotten, because I've caught up to her, and I think we're pretty close to the same spot right now. The plan is to finish this tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow to be honest, but I'm very close to finishing this one now and absolutely loving it. I'm really glad the movie is on Netflix right now, because I'm going to want to watch the movie shortly after finishing that. So I haven't done too much reading. So after I went outside, I came back in and decided I wanted to do my yard work, which I didn't get to yesterday. So I went outside with my brother and we cleaned up the yard a little bit. I cleaned up all around the porch and the back deck and did like where all the hostas are. I cleaned out some of the leaves in there, and he cleaned out the garden. We have a little small little raised garden, so we cleaned that out to get ready for planting in a couple weeks, which we really failed at last year, mainly because we forgot to water it all the time. It really needs to be watered like every day here in Virginia, so we didn't do that, and therefore we didn't have a lot of vegetables. Maybe like 2 tomatoes, which is so sad. So yeah, we got the garden ready to plant, and then I came back in and worked on the puzzle some more, iced my back some more, and watched a movie on like the Hallmark Now channel, just a cheesy rom-com kind of a movie. But now it's 7 o'clock. I've had dinner. I'm back in my comfy sweatshirt that I wear all the time. Sorry about if you think I don't have any clothes, because I always have this Boston sweatshirt on in my vlogs. But I am going to sit down and read The Book of Boy for a little bit longer, and then I do want to listen to A Little Princess a little bit longer and try to finish that up maybe tonight. We'll see. I will probably hop back on one last time to give one final overview of the weekend, but it's time to get back to reading now. It's getting kind of late, so I'm going to wrap up a little bit. I just wanted to show you how far I got on my puzzle. I made some really good progress. It's so hard, but I'm really liking it. I just finished listening to A Little Princess, so yay. I completed 6 books over the last couple days. That's awesome. So let me go over them real quick. They're heavy to hold in one hand. I'm gonna sit back in my chair. Okay. Whoa, sorry. Okay, so 6 books completed. I just finished A Little Princess. I really can't wait. I'm home again on Tuesday. I do have to go to work tomorrow, but I'm home again on Tuesday, so I will watch the Netflix movie of this. Actually, maybe we'll watch a movie tomorrow at work. We'll see how the mom feels about that. Goodness. It's like end of the day hair here. Oh, I'm a mess. Okay. In this book, we follow little Sarah Crew, who is dropped off at a boarding school home kind of thing by her father. She grew up in India with him until she was about 7 years old, and then lived for a couple years in this home. Very, very wealthy, but she's a kind and compassionate little girl who tries to carry herself as a princess would and pays attention to the people around her. She becomes friends with one of the housemaids, becomes kind of a surrogate mom to one of the younger children, and befriends another little girl who's kind of made fun of by some of the others. But then one day her father passes away and her fortune is gone. So the wicked house parent the wicked woman who runs the school doesn't put her out of the house because she has nowhere to go and no other family, but she makes her become a maid, puts her in the attic. She becomes an errand girl, a teacher to the little kids, basically does whatever she's asked. And it's such a lovely story. I wondered if Frances Hodgson Burnett grew up in India as well, because in A Secret Garden, or The Secret Garden, that main character also lived some time in India. So I found it to be very interesting. I'm thrilled that I read this, and I cannot wait to watch the movie. I already talked about most of these. So I loved Wonderstruck, easily 5-star read for me. Finished it in a couple hours this morning. Absolutely loved it. Loved Rumpelstiltskin. I'm also, I think, going to give this one 5 stars because it was just so much fun. I had a really good reading weekend. Did not have very good hair. I enjoyed The Phantom Tollbooth. I think I'll end up giving this one 4 stars. I didn't definitely, maybe 3. Maybe 3. It's a lot of fun. No, maybe 4. Very clever. Lots of wordplay. Actually, this one made me laugh out loud, which was a lot of fun. About this kid, Milo, who is kind of apathetic and doesn't find any joy in life. And one day comes home from school to find this put together yourself toll booth in his room. So he puts it together, gets in one of his little electric cars or something, and goes through the toll booth and enters this land where a dog called Talk, who only tick, 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 ticks, befriends him, and they go on this journey to bring together these brothers who are fighting. One of them who loves numbers, one of them who loves words, and the twin sisters of these brothers, named Rhyme and Reason, had been banished ages ago because of the greed of these brothers and their constant bickering. So Milo is on a mission to save the world. It was a lot of fun. I just absolutely love the wordplay. The reader and English major in me loved that one. I absolutely loved Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, and I'm so glad I finally read this. There are others. I don't know if this is a series or if there are just others written by Grace Lynn. They kind of look all the same, so I'm very curious to know if it's a series. But in this one, I don't think I talked about this one very much. We follow a young girl named Min Lee who goes on a quest, kind of runs away to talk to the man in the moon, to ask him a question about how to increase the fortune of her family. Her mother is very discontent and is constantly sighing and kind of moaning about their lot in life. And so this daughter wants to try to make things better for her mom. Along the way, meets a dragon, meets these carefree, fun little twins, meets a young boy who is a buffalo, has a buffalo with him, or a bull. I forget what kind of animal, who is just very content and happy with his lot in life and learns some lessons along the way. And it's just so good and filled with stories. So this one completed my book about books or stories because, well, so does Rump because that's a retelling. But this one is filled with people or dragons or characters sharing these old legends, many of which are inspired by Chinese folklore. So they're not exactly Chinese folktales, but they're kind of inspired or in the same vein as some of these Chinese folktales, which was really creative, and I absolutely loved it. 5 stars for that one too. And then I did talk at the beginning about Roller Girl, a graphic novel about a young girl who is navigating friendship and preteenness, be just a little bit angsty, a little bit trying to find her way. Very much more early YA, late middle grade, because of the issues and things that she's dealing with, but also very fun, and I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I really enjoyed that as well. So golly guys, 6 books in one weekend. I think I found my reading groove again, which is fantastic. I don't know if it'll stay. Oh goodness, the hair. I don't know if it'll stay with me as this next week comes along. I mean, we're all kind of figuring out our new normal. I am thinking about all of you guys. I appreciate you so much every time you leave a comment or just connect with me. It really makes me so happy. And so I hope and pray that you're doing well. And I hope that Middle Grade March has brought you some joy as it's brought me joy this weekend. So thanks for coming along with me for the weekend, and talk to you soon. Bye.